Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosa. Welcome. This is just a video of me doing the look on the trendy Foxy Eyes. The first time I saw this look was about 2 months ago. I'm pretty slow keeping up on the trends, but I thought this was a very fun look to do. I've never done a look like this before. Everybody's got their own version of it, so I came up with this one. Hopefully this one's gonna help you and you have round eyes or very archy eyebrows. I will share with you my tips and tricks on how to get this look. But before we continue, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you can be subscribed to more makeup videos like this. I post weekly on Mondays at 8 AM Pacific time. So let's just get started. Don't mind my dark circles. I didn't have a good sleep last night. My daughter is 9 months old. I think she's going through a growth spurt, so she hasn't been sleeping that well. And also, I feel like her teeth are coming in soon, so it's been rough. I've been practicing for a couple of days now, and I think I got it down to the best that I possibly can. As you can see, my eyebrows have a pretty good arch. So it's going to be a challenge for me because I don't want to trim my eyebrows. I want to be able to just use the makeup and kind of give it an illusion that my eyebrows are actually just straight. So let me get started with the eyebrows first. Actually, what I should do first is probably get this hair out of the way. Okay, so my hair is not out of the way perfectly, but just enough to have my eyes clear. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia brow powder, also their brush, the 7B, using this dark one here. So what I'll do is just brush them up as much as I can. That's what's gonna be challenging, trying to hide the look of the long tail right here. I was debating whether I wanted to fill my eyebrows or just leave them natural. I did see a lot of the looks that the eyebrows weren't really touched that much. They have quite the arch. So in a way, everybody is coming up with their own, idea or their own version of it. This is going to be mine. So I'm gonna try to delete this arc right here by filling in underneath. I think by filling in underneath here and leaving the tail alone makes my eyebrow look a little more straight this way. I'm not gonna be able to really change much unless I was to trim the tail of it. So I might be able to conceal them a little bit whenever I work on my face. I'm gonna be using the Catrice Camouflage Cream. This is one of my favorite products from Catrice. And this one is the brush from ELF. This one is just the eyeshadow C brush. So I'm gonna clean up underneath. Alright, so here's the part where I'm gonna put a little concealer over my eyebrow to just kind of hide a little bit. Push the hairs up again. A little bit above it to hide the redness. I'm gonna be setting the eyebrows, just pointing the hairs up. I always keep a towel so that I can clean the product off the brushes because I'm gonna be using the same brush that I used for the concealer and go into the number 7 translucent powder to just set the eyes. If for some reason you don't want to use the same brush you use for the concealer to set your eyes, you can also just use a sponge. You can just use it dry and just set the eyes really quickly like this. I guess the only mistake I did by using the sponge is that I didn't make sure to have the concealer set really well. So as you can see here, there are creases that I can't get rid of compared to this eye where I was using the brush. So I'm going to be using the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette because it is the best palette that I have in my collection that I can work with brown and warm tone colors. You don't have to have this palette as long as you have similar colors, or you can use any colors you want and just use the same technique I'm using in your situation, whatever suits you best. I'm gonna be starting with this fluffy brush. If you're curious, this one is from Equal Tools. I'm gonna be using this one here. And I am gonna start just putting a little color on my crease. I also like putting color on the crease because I feel like I have a lot of space between my eyebrow and my crease. I'm gonna go from this one down to the darker one here. This time I am putting the color up towards that eyebrow. Then I'm going to be using this side of the brush so that I can define the line a little bit more using that same color. That line is starting to give it a little bit of the look. Don't worry about it if right now it looks a little messy. We're gonna clean it up later with concealer whenever we get down to this side. If you have tape or the strips from like e.l.f. or similar strips like that, you can also be using those before even starting this look. I'm gonna use this one to darken that area. I'm gonna switch from this brush to something like this where it's flat. Put the line down and go across. I'm gonna switch to something more precise with this one. I'm gonna be using this one here. Put down that line. This side turned out a little better than this side, but that's okay. I'm gonna make it work. I'll keep fixing the color as I go. So using that same brush, I'm gonna pack the color into the inner corner right here. It is your preference whether you want to use a eyeliner, a brown eyeliner for this, but I prefer using an eyeshadow just to give it more of a soft look. I'm gonna go down and then just enough underneath here. I'm gonna work on my face and my concealer before moving on to the rest of the eyes. I might have to touch up the corners depending on how careful I am when I put the concealer down. I'm gonna fast forward most of the face application. I'm gonna use this brush again to kind of clean up right underneath there. I'm gonna lightly set it with the number 7 powder. This powder is beautiful. I'm gonna use the Catrice Prime and Fine mattifying powder. If you are used to using baking, you can do that. Probably put down some lightening powder. I personally don't bake, but I still can use the sponge to help out line up all of this. I'm going to go back to working on the eyes. I did a better job on this one than on this side. I'm going to go back to this brush in that dark brown color and intensify the line a little bit more and fix up the corners. See the look now? This part is going to be optional too if you want, but I'm going to add a little bit of brightness. I'm going to be using this one here with the tiny precise brush. Next, I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'll try to be very careful so that I don't remove any color from the eyeshadow. It is up to you whether you want to rock your natural lashes or put on falsies. This one is just the Super Lash mascara, and what you're gonna do is brush them at an angle. It is also optional if you don't want to put any mascara underneath your lashes. It would certainly help to make this look, you know, stand out more, but I personally want to add at least just a little bit since I didn't put in any eyeshadow down. Just gonna lightly coat them. Okay, that's a little too much. What I'll do is use this side to kind of clean up that clump. Go from underneath and pull that clump, and I pull that clump out. Let's finish up the face. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Jewel Air one, this one here. This is one of the brushes from ColourPop. It's got an angle in it, and I'm going to add the bronzer a little higher than usual to give that illusion of my face being a little more lifted. Using the tip of the brush, I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop Lunch Money. Just on my nose. I'm gonna use a brown eyeliner to do the waterline. To finish up, I'm gonna be using the NYX Lingerie Lip in Cashmere Silk. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave my hair up because it's just hot in here and I don't want my daughter pulling on my hair. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.